Now, an eerie image of a figure at a Scottish castle has got ghost experts spooked. The scary shot was unearthed during the biggest ever investigation into photographic evidence of ghosts. A figure in courtly dress peers out of a barred window at a castle in the Scottish city of Fife. The picture was captured by a tourist who insists no digital trickery was used. It was made public by Richard Wiseman, a professor of psychology at the University of Hertfordshire, who also studies the paranormal. He says he was looking for photographic evidence for ghosts ahead of the Edinburgh International Science Festival next week. Professor Wiseman joins us on the phone from Edinburgh in Scotland. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. I mean, obviously cynics would argue that that's just someone that wandered into the shot.
Well, they might be right. I mean, the image is a very curious one, and we had about 300 photographs submitted from all around the world. About 500,000 people look at them and vote on them. And this was the one that came top, 40% of people saying they thought it was evidence of a genuine ghost. And as you said there, we do know it's not been photoshopped. It could be a rather strangely dressed member of the public who just happened to wander through there. I'm not certain the perspective is quite right for that. It could be a rather strange way in which the sun is striking the sandstone at the back of that area, or we might have a genuine ghost there. So I think the jury's out on this one, but it's certainly a creepy photograph.
Yeah, we've been speaking to some photography experts, as I'm sure you have, and you know, the light does play tricks, doesn't it, particularly on camera lenses?
Well, yes, and also in our minds. I mean, we're sort of set up to see faces, to see figures, and some of the other pictures on the site really illustrate that people will look at some random shapes and start to see an eyes and nose and so on. And that's because really our brains are doing the hard work for us. You know, it's better to see a few faces that aren't there than miss one that is.
We're seeing this
going on in this instance.
Yeah, we're seeing this side view mirror photo there. If we could go back to that. The question is, the mirror could be reflecting the headrest, or could have been digital manipulation, couldn't it, if we go back to the picture that we've got with the mirror?
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility there. I mean, that one hasn't been checked. I suspect what you're looking at is a reflection of the headrest, and then our minds kind of filling in the gaps, as it were.
Yeah, and the following one in the creek, an illusion, perhaps, of the tree branches moving?
I think it's a great one. I think it's a stick coming vertically out of the water, and again, we're seeing that figure of the boy standing on one leg.
It's funny, isn't it? I mean, you've dealt with this a lot, I know, but people want to believe they're ghosts sometimes, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. There's fierce arguments on the website, which is scienceaghost.com, all about this, where people go, no, it's a ghost, other people going, it's obvious what the explanation is. So very fierce arguments about it. And
give us a couple of examples of where these things have proved to be sort of, or had natural explanations, or sort of obvious explanations.
Well, there's the one at the beach, which is a kind of dark figure on the beach, which looks like someone standing there with their feet in the water. It's in fact the indentation of the rocks. When you get close up to it, it's absolutely obvious what's going on. There's another one, which is a blurred figure, some figures on the street, and then a kind of dark figure passing by them. That's almost certainly a long exposure because of the blurring on it. There's the devil in the woods, as we're calling it, which is a kind of odd configuration of leaves and branches, which looks like a figure, but in fact there's nothing there. And then, of course, there's the famous kind of camera strap in front of the lens, which can give a kind of white strip going down there. But again, there's a normal explanation for it.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm sure it's interesting to research, and I'm sure we'll continue researching it because people are absolutely fascinated by it, aren't they? Thank you very much, Professor Wise.